Hi everyone, Mature Simmer here. So, another incredibly short update, more than likely. I am picking up the grass here from the mowing that I did back in April, so still kind of catching up on that first run. I guess it's been a while since I've included a comment. For those who are new to generational farming, who may have seen this series pop up in their YouTube feed and are like, what's going on here? So in FSN, we are running multiple farms on multiple maps over time. So it's basically a competition that is set up to run 7 to 10 generations. Each generation puts us on a farm. We are currently in the second generation. I should say puts us on a map. We then get to establish our farm. So we're on generation 2 out of a potential 7 to 10. And the goal is simple. The goal is simply end up with the most value at the end. The most net worth is probably the simplest way to put it as far as cash goes. We are all kind of doing our thing, trying to figure out what makes sense to do in that case. We can be on any generation for 2 to 10 years. So this is currently the 4th year that we're on this generation. We're supposed to get at least 1 year of warning before we move off. So at this point, I would assume we'd be going into year 5. Historically, and historically is kind of a loaded term because we've got 1 year or 1 generation of history here. What that has turned into is we move in the winter. So the assumption is if we got a year warning now, that would mean that they would realistically probably let us go through year 5 before they moved us off the server. We're able to move 3 pieces of equipment and 3 pieces of equipment only. And other than that, it's cash. And there's investments and things outside that we can put money into. So between the generations, we were able to make a decision. And I'll cover that more once we get to the end of the second generation, rather than trying to explain the logistics of that right now, where we're not using them. And then, frankly, people are going to forget what we even talked about. The situation here then is tomorrow, because our servers in FSN run in real time, tomorrow I will be able to grab another mow off of this grass to get the full harvest off. So I had to go through because I forgot how to read a calendar or pay attention to time, and kind of suddenly had a rush to try to figure things out, and a lot of unexpected things. We're here now, trying to kind of get out of that. I'm stuck here with this weird... Sometimes we get kind of weird hitboxes. Alright, I apologize. I had to do some dancing around. What I end up having to do is drop the windrower off the front of the tractor and then reconnect it, and somehow, usually, that has fixed things. So if it doesn't at some point, I guess I'm going to have a real problem. So the last piece of relevant information, silage sell price is $161 right now. Again, we're in June. It'll go down a little bit July and August. Why do I care? I care because I'm going to fill up this silo. I still had about 120, 130,000 left to process. Again, that's because of the entire problem of delaying things. So the silos had been at capacity, and I had about 400,000 liters waiting there to process when I jumped in here in April. So those silos have been burning away 24/7, making the progress that they can. If I need to sell some more, I'm going to have to kind of try to figure that out right now, because if I can't get to September, it's not going to make a lot of sense to try to sell then. I'm going to end up selling at a bit of a loss. This is about the price I was selling at for some of the loads earlier, so at this point I'd kind of be treading water of where I was last time I sold. Obviously, the longer I can wait, if I can wait until that price curve starts to go up, that would be preferred, but I may likely be sitting there on the flip side of the curve and just be at the same rate I am now. So what I'm likely going to do is I'm going to probably sell off a bit of silage after I'm done here collecting all the grass. So that will be my intent right now. Obviously, I'm going to think it through. I'm going to run some numbers and so forth and make a determination. but more than likely that is what I will be doing. And as I said, I know, several of you follow this. I try to keep these real-time updates as close to real-time as I can. So just wanted to let folks know what work was going on and keep you up to speed on what's happening here on my generational farm. So as I said, pretty short, and I will see you next time.